Chartemis Prime, Chartemis Prime, reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shits, Startemis, subscribe,
Pretty nice looking head, yeah. Oh, some good head. Hey, what's up, you guys? Articulation Prime here doing another Marvel Legends toy review on the Iron Man 3 Marvel Legends movie Iron Patriot figure. Gotta give a big thanks to Sean Long for finding this at retail for me. He picked these up at Walmart, and these are popping up at retail stores. If you're having a hard time finding them at retail and you really want to get them, yeah, you can pick them up for the same retail price at Big Bad Toy Store. You just gotta pay extra for shipping, which I think is pretty fair. Not a bad deal at all.
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
So this guy comes with the Iron Monger arm, and I will be doing an Iron Monger review eventually. But yeah, so this figure, I think it's a cool figure. Okay, so I just want to say I think it's a cool figure, but the Iron Patriot from Iron Man 3 is just like not so cool. I mean, most of the time I remember Iron Patriot from the movie, he was just kind of standing there like that, and I think he flew once or something. So yeah, that was a bit of a disappointment, but overall the figure looks great. Now on my figure there seems to be a couple of paint malfunctions around here. Like for instance, he has these weird honeycomb kind of dots on his nose. That's a little bit of a bummer, but can be touched up. And I really do like the paint applications on this figure. The blue is the base of the figure, so that's how the plastic was molded, and then they applied the red and the silver, and I think they did a really good job. I think it looks very, very clean. There are, like I said, a couple of minor malfunctions, I like to call them, but aside from that, it's a very nice looking figure aesthetically wise. I think the yellow in his eyes came out pretty well, and it does match his arc reactor, and you can see right there's a little silver smudge at the top of his star, but you even got that FF445, says Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodes right there. Lieutenant Colonel James Rhodes. So yeah, I like that. I like that they added all that stuff. And looking down the figure and just looking at all the paint applications, I think this came out really nice. And the sculpt is very cool as well. You have that Commander Steve Rogers star symbol on his wrist. I'm going all the way down here. Looks very, very cool. This is one of those few times I actually do a side view of the figure, but it does look very nice over here. Like you got these shapes with the silver on them. The hand is in the way, but you can see what I'm talking about. It looks very nice. Sculpted detail on the arm, on the shoulder pads, on the back of the figure looks very good, even though it's just mostly blue. I really like that they even sculpted the stuffs right here. This is very cool looking underneath, so you can move this up and it's not all flat and really lame. That's a cool plus. I dig that very much. And this right here, I wish it was painted to look a little cooler. I'll get into this a little bit in a second. Well, it's been 1 second. So yeah, this actually comes on the right shoulder when you buy the figure, so it's sitting right over here. And you can't really do a whole lot. Now the War Machine that came out for Iron Man 2, I think is a much better figure in this sense. I mean, the articulation is better on this guy, I have to say, but overall I do like this War Machine a lot more. But anyway, what I'm getting to is this deal right here. On this guy, he has this shaft thingy, or this, this slot where I could slide back and forth. Oh, and it just came off, but you could easily just put it back on. I custom painted this, by the way. There's nothing wrong with yours. And you could rotate this side to side and move it up and down, and it has a lot of posability, which is very cool. This, not so lucky. You could take it out, and my laundry's done. You could take this out over here, put it over here if you wish, and it just works better on the left side. So what it does is it kind of rotates, and then you can move this forward and then turn it side to side, which seems like a decent enough amount of articulation on it, but the fact that this is sculpted weird, it's like they're missing a piece of articulation right here. They really needed to add a pin or something right here to make this swivel back and forth on this piece, and that's what's really messing it up, because when you put it over here on this side, it's really a pain in the ass to work with. There's not a whole lot you can do. It's just like sitting right over his head, not really, it sucks. So you could try to shift it this way, but then when you pull it forward, it's got this weird, stupid angle on it. So, yeah, it's a bit of a bummer how this came out. And, I don't know, Iron Patriot didn't really have anything like that, so I think I'm going to have him displayed without it at all. Because, damn it, they said it was just a repaint, but it's a downgrade, you know what I mean? They just have the shoulder cannon thing, which isn't even as cool as the shoulder machine gun, you know what I mean? This one looks cooler to me. I don't know, I just think they didn't really I just think it sucked. So as far as the rest of the articulation of the figure goes, which is pretty good, I have to say. The head moves up pretty damn far, so that's a good looking, you know, looking up head. And then it moves down pretty damn well as well, and it moves side to side. And he has these flaps right here on his shoulders so that you can move them up, which is nice. I dig that. There's articulation right there. He has these really nicely sculpted shoulders, which are good, and they move all the way out, move all the way forward. You know, these shoulder pads don't hinder any articulation. He has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, and then wrist articulation that moves side to side and down, but you can't move it upward, which sucks because, you know, they did this really well on the War Machine over here where they have these flaps. It's hinged over here, but you can't do that over here, so you can't really get him to do his repulsor blast. Oh, you can, but it's tricky and it kind of looks stupid. And then he has this diaphragm joint, which I already showed, which moves forward a decent amount and moves back pretty well, so he's very good for getting into a flying pose, which you cannot do with the Iron Man War Machine. No waist swivel. He has nice ball jointed hips over here and a very pointy wiener, which is kind of strange. I mean, that's a very pointy wiener, I just gotta say. And his legs move upward that much. Rotation at the upper thigh. Double jointed knees right over here, which looks pretty cool. And then his ankle articulation is a bit of a blowhard because the sculpt comes all the way down to the very bottom of the boot. So you can, it's kind of tricky. He does have peg holes at the bottom over there, but you have to like really like work at trying to get his feet to point downward. Then that's all you get. You can, I guess you can move side to side just a little bit, but not really, just barely. Iron Patriot stands at about 6.5 inches. And here he is standing next to the Iron Man 2 War Machine and the first half of this Iron Monger wave comic series Iron Patriot. So yeah, it's a pretty decent sized figure. It's not short or anything, so a little taller than the War Machine, and I like it. That's the problem I had with the Iron Man 2, is that these guys are a little on the short side, and this Extremist has always been a little on the short side. So I really like the size of the figure. I think it's a pretty cool figure. I totally recommend it. Big Bad Toy Store is selling them for retail prices. Like I said, you know, I'm not, you know, I'm just being honest with you, just letting you know. So yeah, hope you guys liked my review, and I will catch you later. Peace.
Scumbag with a broken heart. He never quits and always starts. Everything that just leads to self-destruction. Take it like a big, we take it like a fucking big.
Have you done watching my videos? Where are you going?
BKBN.net.
Where are you going?
BKBN.net.
That's crispy.
And okay.